Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Where the Russian Billionaires Are Now Hiding Their Money. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Now, let's get started. America and the rest of the world have imposed very serious sanctions against Russia, its politicians, and perhaps most interestingly, its billionaire oligarchs. The world is doing a number of things to pressure Russia into stopping its assault and invasion of the Ukraine. Large corporations are pulling out of Russia and no longer doing business with them, at least for the time being. The SWIFT banking payment system has been restricted, and many Russian banks can no longer use it. The assets of Russian billionaires and politicians are being seized all over the world. In fact, one 600-foot Russian privately owned yacht was just seized in Europe, and that is being repeated all over the world. Bank accounts are being frozen or rendered inaccessible to their billionaire owners. A soccer sports team in the UK that was owned by a Russian oligarch was supposedly sold by him, and the proceeds are supposedly going to the Ukrainian victims of the Russian invasion. We'll see if that happens. Who knows if that's true or why it was really done, but that is what some sources are claiming. And of course, investigations are now underway to determine which, if any, Russian politicians or billionaires should be declared international war criminals. The Russian elite are very aware of all of this, and so the question becomes, where are they hiding their wealth now to avoid it being seized by the authorities? We did some research and looked into the possible options for them. Now, of course, no one really knows. Despite what they're telling you, nobody really knows where the billionaires are hiding their money except them. But we did some research, and we're going to disclose the possible places and ways that they could hide their money if they were to do so. The first method on the list for hiding their wealth is Bitcoin. They can convert their cash and assets to a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and move it anywhere in the world at the speed of light. They can put their Bitcoin on a flash drive and take it with them. They can place it somewhere in cold storage, which of course makes it inaccessible to the internet. They can keep it or move it anywhere they want at any time they want. In many ways, it is the most transportable and easily concealable means of moving or hiding wealth that exists. The next option that they have is the ability to transfer their wealth to a secret shell company or putting it into the name of someone they trust. Once you put an asset into someone's name, then you really have to trust that individual and pray that they will follow whatever instructions you've given them and that they don't just walk away and disappear with your money. That's a lot of trust to have in another individual. Most of the billionaires we know don't even trust their mothers that much. The problem is that you're also placing that individual's life in jeopardy because giving them all that money and asking them to keep it safe now places a bullseye on their back. That's because the authorities will no doubt target them and begin pursuing them and pressuring them and possibly even arresting them to get at your money. Another possible option is to convert your money into diamonds or gold and just hide it, bury it, or leave it somewhere where it's likely to never be found. Diamonds are easier to transport and hide than gold because of their obvious size advantage. They're just smaller. But purchasing $1 billion of diamonds or gold is not going to go unnoticed unless you do it over time, and you probably should have begun doing it well before these seizure orders went out. Another option is to secretly purchase massive assets like real estate or companies, but to do so under another name, under the name of a secret shell company or individual that you trust with everything. If that's what they do, then that also is not without risk. If the investigators or media find out that a Russian billionaire really owns those major assets, then there is a high probability that they will be seized. The problem with seizures is that they can be tied up for years in courts. And that's why everyone tries to avoid them at all costs. Another thing they can do is to take huge amounts of cash and place it into hermetically sealed containers and just bury it somewhere. The problem with that is the passage of time. Once you bury something in the ground and enough time passes, then there is a growing probability that the container you put the assets in or the cash in will be compromised or eroded. Water can get in and rot the cash. Rats can get in and eat their way into the cash. Some old geezer with a metal detector could come by years later and accidentally find your stash, dig it up, and disappear with it. There are hundreds of ways that your cash can get eaten, rotted out, simply eroded, or just be made to disappear. So no matter where these billionaires hide their money, there are always going to be challenges for them in doing so. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.